Good morning. Today I wanted to show you guys how to make the perfect Nutribullet smoothie. At least what I think is the perfect Nutribullet smoothie, because it has to taste good for me to want to drink it. And I've been drinking Nutribullet smoothies for probably the past year and a half, like every single morning. And I actually look forward to it. So I'm going to get right to it here. We're going to start out with a handful of greens. Today I'm using a mix. It's a 50-50 blend of spinach and spring leaves. My favorite to use is just plain spinach, but you have to switch out your greens to avoid alkaloid poisoning. So the next thing I put in is a slice of turmeric root. The reason I do that is turmeric is known to help with inflammation, and I like it better than ginger. In fact, I don't really like the taste of ginger at all, so I use turmeric root instead. So we start out with greens. I add a slice of turmeric. That's optional though. I like to use either a nut or a seed. My favorite thing to use are raw pumpkin seeds. I just grab a handful, maybe about a teaspoon, drop them in. I just got these at Sprouts. I love chocolate, and I like for my smoothies to have chocolate in them. So these are actually really healthy. They're organic cacao nibs, and I grab about a handful and drop those in. I also got these at Sprouts. I like to add a little bit of coconut too. It just kind of helps sweeten it up a little bit. These are, of course, you want to make sure you get the unsweetened kind of coconut. And these are just organic coconut chips, unsweet. Just grab, I don't know, maybe about a tablespoon, throw them in. I also like to add almond butter to my smoothies. One of my kids has a peanut allergy, so we don't use peanut butter in the house. But again, probably just a teaspoon. I just drop that in there. For protein, maybe some added fat. And it just, I don't know, it makes it taste good too. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is add our fruit. I try to avoid berries personally, just for some health issues. So my favorite kind of fruit to use, and I always keep a bag in the freezer full of frozen cherries, frozen blueberries, and frozen grapes. I love to use red grapes and black grapes. They freeze really well, and so all I do is just grab a handful of this fruit and put it in there. I really have a problem making sure I don't go over the max line here, so make sure. Trying to do that. Also, if I have pineapple on hand, I like to put a couple of chunks of pineapple. Again, pineapple is for inflammation, so I just throw a couple chunks in there. The last kind of fruit I add are bananas. It's just not a smoothie without banana. And so this is how I just top off the smoothie. Put a few chunks of frozen banana, which I already had on hand. I just keep them in the freezer in chunks like this already. Let me wash my hands off for a second. All right, this might seem a little strange, but I like to add just a little bit of juice to the smoothie, make it taste good. And I like to use this organic blueberry pomegranate. I just add a tiny little bit, just like that. the other liquid I use is almond coconut milk, an unsweetened version. I usually have the Silk brand, but Almond Breeze was on sale this time, so that's what I got. So I fill it up about halfway with the almond coconut milk. And then I actually fill the rest with water. But before I do that, I want to tell you about one more thing I've been adding to my smoothies, and that's like a superfood. Like I've added hemp powder before, goji berries or matcha powder, but recently I have been using this all-in smoothie powder. It is full of lots of great things. Fiber, it's got essential fatty acids, essential amino acids, and all kinds of other good stuff that I'm going to tell you about in a blog post. But I add about maybe just a half of a scoop to the smoothie. I plan on making a video of the actual recipe on here, but since I already make Nutribullet smoothies, I've just been adding a little bit to those. All right, I'm gonna fill it up with water and come right back. All right, so there it is. It's a little bit past the max line. Probably should dump out just a little bit. There we have it. And now I am going to screw the cap on. Like I said, I've been having a Nutribullet smoothie every single morning for the past year and a half or so, and I absolutely love them. They have done wonders for my health, and I have to replace the blade about every 6 months, but it's been totally worth it. I have the Magic Bullet Nutribullet, the 900 series. Works great. It is kind of loud mixing it up, but I usually mix it up for about 10 to 15 seconds. Make sure we get the liquid all around, make sure it's tight. Here we go. All right, you're good to go. Delicious.